Hey there, happy today. Michelle Lee here. Day 5 inside the video matrix with today's topic of what we were afraid of as a little kid, and are you still afraid and fearful of that same thing? And, I really had to give this some thought because I didn't feel like I was a fearful kid, but the things that I did fear were real, like very real to me when I was little. One of the biggest ones was, and I can remember this as early as like 6. That's how early I think I started fearing this, which is nuclear bombs. I used to think that like Russia could bomb us at any time, and that there was just like this one button that, sat somewhere in Russia and had a little thing, and that they were just waiting to go like this at any moment in time. And it used to scare the crap out of me. And I swear it's because my mom used to just either talk about this and I listened. I can't imagine she told me this stuff, but maybe she did. But I feared that big time. Another big thing I feared like a couple things actually, like major things, which was fear of like our house being broken into. I feared, like, I don't know why, but I used to think of like hiding places. Like, where would I hide if like I heard an intruder out in the living room? Like, where would I go? And I had this spot picked out. We used to have a water bed, and the water beds used to, lay flat on the wall and then come in a little bit and then have like this, almost like this square crawl space between the bed and the wall. And so I used to just say, I'm gonna crawl through that crawl space. No one will ever think I'm there, and I'll just lay still. So I used to think about that. So nuclear bombs, someone breaking into our house, and then my other biggest thing was my parents dying. Like, I just feared my parents would die, and that we'd have to like go live with people. I don't know why. I just always feared that my parents were dying or were gonna die. And as I get older, I processed that. Like, why did I think that? And then I just remembered my mom. My mom had this like big dictionary, like it was an encyclopedia, it was a medical encyclopedia, and it was in our bathroom, like on top of the toilet, and it was, not kidding you, like this big. It was a medical encyclopedia, and this is like, you know, I'm, mid 80s maybe. I was young, and my mom would always be like reading up on this stuff in this encyclopedia and saying she was dying from it. So growing up, my mom was always saying like she had a brain tumor and that's why she gets headaches, and she always would say she thinks she's dying. And I don't know if it was actually part of her manipulation to get us kids to feel bad, because it worked, and she would talk about it and we'd worry about it. And so those are my biggest things: my parents dying, nuclear bombs, and getting broken into. And sometimes I really feel like, um, I really feel like getting lost was something I used to kind of worry about, but not really. I used to think like when you're a little kid and you're driving around with your parents and you wonder how they know all the streets, like how do they know where they're going? And what if they took one wrong turn? And yeah, so you just like process like that. But other than that, like, I was pretty fearless. Can I even say that when those were like all my top fears? Everything else was good to go. Scary movies. My mom had me watching, all of us kids, all the Halloweens when they came out. We were like 3 when we started watching Halloween, 4, 5. They all used to just keep coming out in the 80s, and that stuff didn't scare us. Roller coasters didn't scare me. Yeah, just those things. So, I'll ask you today, what scared you when you were a little kid? What were you afraid of? And are you still afraid of those things? Oh, and to answer that question, no, I'm not afraid of those things. I'm not afraid of anyone breaking in. I'm not definitely not afraid of nuclear bombs. I don't even know if I believe in them anymore. Um, and let's see. And yeah, no. Oh, I'm not afraid of my parents dying. I have to tell you though, it's funny. My mom actually, late 90s, got a brain tumor. I honestly used to wonder, did she create that because she read those books and used to keep saying she was going to get it? And I couldn't help but wonder. And Yeah, like literally had a brain tumor, had surgery on it, had it removed, had like this whole part of her hair taken out. And it was benign. That's the thing. It wasn't cancerous. It was a benign tumor at the end of the day. And just pretty kind of crazy. Like I used to like witness that stuff and be quite the observer and just think like pretty sure she talked that into existence. Anyhow, that's it for another time, another day. I look forward to hearing everyone else's videos, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.